还好啊。哈？有开，我没有关啊。那个要不要跟主任处理一下那个简介的事情？因为
放大，你麦克风没关。
对啊，等一下好了。
Okay, so we're gonna start right on 3 o'clock. Okay, so today we're going to tell you more about the scooter, but we won't focus on how to take the scooter test. We're gonna focus on how like after you get scooter driver license and driving on the road, will you get ticket? Will you speeding? And we will focus on that part. That's the main point of today's session. Okay, so I'm gonna start. Carrie, can you share the screen? Okay, so today there's gonna be me, Zhanghua coordinator Carly, and Fangda, Kaohsiung coordinator, and Carrie from Jimen. We're gonna tell you something about the scooter on driving, when you're driving the scooter on road. So you all listened to this presentation before in January, so I won't go through the details that you already know. So we're gonna go really fast, go through until few pages later. So you can see you still remember why you need to drive scooter. It's a scooter culture around Taiwan. So we also want you to get a little bit spirit of that. Carrie. And see, just a lot of things. That's just some remind. And also the scooter test procedure, if you still remember that. Yeah, so if you know there's some ETAs that is interested to take the scooter driver license later, you can also help coordinator to help to tell them what they need to bring, to prepare and to bring and to try to do the test online. And even though, I mean, like if some people didn't get the scooter driver license for the last year and you still want to take it, you can also ask your coordinator for more information. Okay, that's just a lot of reminders, something to make you remind how hard it's trying to try. So just like how hard you have been trying to practice to pass the test. Then you are licensed. Okay, so now I'm gonna pass the host to Carrie. Carrie gonna tell you more about the fines and the rules and how much you're gonna be fined if you're speeding or illegally parking.
Okay, thank you, Carly. So everyone, hello, my name is Carrie, and some of you already have scooter license, and we have some reminders for you again for this year when you're driving in scooter in Taiwan. Okay, so when you get your scooters, you need to follow lots of things and rules or anything, like even though buying or renting a scooter and what kind of scooter you prefer to buy or rent it. And for today, we have a little short fun fact video share with you.
哎，你张柱可不可以立起来？张柱，它立起来还不能斜一边呢。那我也是立啊，这样不行吗？它明明有张柱，你都不立。打不动啊，怎么办？怎么办？就立一下不会怎样，那么简单。不行吗？它旁边就一根，我这样立，这样不行啊，立有一根。就像这样很简单，看立。他不要这样设计，就有就这样立，不行吗？还是要下一个人来提，要怎么提？现在没人，就没差。没有人，那可以这样做啊。怎样？现在位置那么少，你看看人来了啊。
不好意思，我停车哦。你可以过去一点吗？
我就专利，我先来的，这样怎样？我先来啊。
那你不会立中柱哦？
我刚刚跟他讲过了，他也不听。立不讲，我怎么办法？找理由啊，找理由。
贴我身上很恶
我就这样立，我先来的，这样
好了，
就这样停的。
啊，不管了，我要进去喽。 这做什么东西啊？
那样的效果啊，自己打出来的，我怎么办法？
这样你力又不力，
这样
收不收好？
这样，
到底在干嘛？
找其他地方停啊，
现在没地方停啊，就是这个位置啊，找很久哎。
你要停就停啊。
不管了，我要停的啦。
啊！你看我摔倒了，你们都欺负我。
Okay, so basically, it's like we want to remind you that when you park your scooter on the road, remember to use the central brake, not the side brake, because if you use the side brake, it might hurt someone's scooter or even your scooter. So be careful when you park, use the central brake. And here is just some reminders for you of riding a scooter in Taiwan. You can only read the red sentences. So just a quickly reminders for you. And then the next part is I was talking about more like when you driving a scooter and it's not okay to do that. The first thing is do not drunk drive. Because if you drunk drive, it's not only hurt yourself, it will also hurt other people. So most of you guys drive the scooters, not driving a car. So if you drive your scooters and you got drunk drive, you will be fined for the highest is 90,000 NTD. And if you were the passengers, either sit on the scooter's back or drive or sit in the car, you will also get fined for 3,000. The reason is because you are the passengers and you know the drivers who is drunk drive, but you still being a passenger and you didn't suggest the driver to don't drive, so you will also get fined. So try not to drunk drive and try not to be the passengers with the drunk driver. Okay, and you think, okay, I'm not driving scooter, I'm not driving car, I'll ride a bike or electricity bike. Is that okay? No, it's not okay. You will still get penalty for that if you ride a bike or even electric scooters when you drunk drive. So just be careful. Don't drunk drive at all. And if you need to or have to do drinking alcohol, the best way is you call the taxi or you call your friends to give you a ride home. Okay. So this is the new law that it just have affected on July 1st last year. No, this year. It's like if the breath analyzer test or the blood alcohol contents got this much or this much, you will still get fined from Taiwan government. Okay, so just the same. Try not to drunk drive at all. And another thing is do not speeding. Some of you might think, okay, yeah, I'm having a good mood today and there is no car, no scooters on the road, so I'm gonna speeding. No, it's not okay to do that. You can see this ticket and the picture. These are our ETAs in somewhere. And yeah, so if you got speeding, you will get ticket and the pictures. And then if you see this sign on the road, this number means you have to drive under this speed. You cannot drive over it. Okay, if you drive over it, you will be fined. For example, like this ticket, it says like the number is 50 kilometer, but the driver drives 68 km, so it's over 18 km. Okay, so because it's under 20 km, so it will be fined for 1,200. And if you over more speed, then it will be more money you need to pay. Okay. And then the next part, it's a little easy that not easy. It's be happen a lot is illegal parking. So for example, this ticket is this picture was taken near the train station, and then there is a sign here say stop, no stop here. But there are some people still parking their scooters over here, and one of their scooters is our ETA. So if you park in the not allowed parking area, you will also get tickets and then the pictures. So before you parking, we have some notices for you. If you're parking on the road, you have to park in this kind of parking area for scooters. Okay, and if you see the yellow line, you can park it, but you can only park within 3 minutes. It's the temporary parking line area. It's not for this parking space. It's not a long-term one. You have to drive away within 3 minutes. Okay, and the do not parking part is a lot. The first one will be red line. Either in or outside, it's not okay. For example, like this picture. These scooters try to park inside of the red row, but it's not okay. They will also be fined for 600. And the sidewalk, like this one, with the sign here say no parking. But you can see there are some still some scooters parking here, which is not okay. And then the hydrant, if you want to park near here, just remember that for the left side and then the right side within the 5 meters, it's not allowed for parking. And of course, the corner, no parking, because if some other cars or scooters want to make a turn, it's easier got hit. Okay, and then the double parking on the red line is also not allowed. Also the accessible parking area. Okay. Okay, and I want to share with you 3 kinds of people that it will cause the danger on the road. The first kind is they driving on the opposite direction all the time. Maybe their houses or the place they want to go is just over there, and they would say, oh, I'm gonna drive over there. They didn't really care about other people's safety, and they just drive the opposite direction. So this is the first kind. And then the second kind is they drive you very closely. They doesn't keep any safety distance. That is also very dangerous. And the third kind of people is they speeding all the time. I don't know why, but they like to do that. They're speeding all the time. So please be careful. These 3 kinds of people on the road. If you met them, see them, closer to them, just try to avoid them or leave them alone. And so I want to ask you guys, have you ever met these 3 kinds of people, or have you got any tickets or any scooter accidents you want to share with us? Anyone?
I know someone that got a ticket, another ETA, not me. But they turned right on a red light when they weren't supposed to, I think. And so they got the camera took a picture of them, and yeah, they got a ticket. Oh, I also know someone that went through a tunnel that they weren't supposed to go through, from Pingdong to Taidong, I think, or the reverse. There's one route for scooters and one for cars, and if you go in the tunnel, they actually got 2 tickets because they went both ways and they didn't know.
So funny. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I think I can't remember his name, but he shared that. So just make sure your route, if you are going to a new area, make sure your route is okay for scooter.
Good.
Yes.
Hi, I wanted to
Anybody
say
want
something
share?
too.
Yes.
Yes, I got into a really bad accident back in May, and I completely obliterated my wrist. So stay away from Food Panda drivers, all of them. What happened was a Food Panda driver completely made a stop right in front of me in the middle of the road, and I didn't have time to move away or stop. So went spinning and smashed my bones. So stay away from Food Panda drivers. Leave a lot of space.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone want to share?
I got into an accident also, and what happened was I was on the scooter lane, but I was next to a car and they turned right, and either they didn't have their blinker on or I was in their blind spot. Then they turned right and I hit them and then fell. But thankfully people were really helpful and supportive, and the coordinators came to get me really quickly. But yeah, just be careful when you're driving right next to a car. So now I'm really paranoid about that and try not to be next to the vehicle at any time, just always right behind or in front.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone want to share more?
I'll say
I
one more.
haven't.
Oh, go ahead.
You can. Okay. So when I drive, I haven't been in any scooter accidents, but I often see the old uncles or ais, they'll often drive along the edge, on the opposite direction. So just be careful when you're on the side. If you drive closer to the side, just to watch out for them, because sometimes they aren't as aware of their surroundings, I'd say. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Aaron, you want to share something, Aaron?
Oh, I was just gonna say, don't trust people's blinkers. If someone is going the opposite way and you think that they're gonna wait for you, or that they're blinking in a way that indicates that they wouldn't get in your way, I would just not trust it, because sometimes people will leave their blinker on and then forget to turn it off. And so one of my friends got into an accident that way. Sorry, I don't know if my screen froze, but my main takeaway is don't trust people's blinkers.
Good. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Okay, now we will welcome Fanda to tell you more about renting or purchase a scooter.
Okay, so I guess a lot of you are licensed, and depends which site you were. You could be purchasing a scooter or renting a scooter. So if to rent, we think approximately it will cost 3,000 to 5,000 per month. And then if you are buying a second-hand scooter, it's around 15,000 to 30,000. And we think a new scooter could be 700,000 ish. Yeah. So either you are renting or purchasing a scooter, you will need insurance for sure. So I'll talk a little more about the insurance in the next page. And then this is for the ownership transfer. And for ownership transferring, you do need to go to DMV and to bring the documents. So for sure, you have to bring your insurance and then your scooter documents. And then at the DMV, you check if there is any violation ticket, and then you have to pay that if there is one. And then also the last is the tax, and then tax is it's once a year, and it usually pay in July for the current year. So for example, the past July, you pay the tax for 2021, year 2021. Yeah. So to do the title transfer, you need to bring both parties' ARC and a second ID. And then if the scooter is under your Chinese name, you can also prepare your name steps. Otherwise, you have to go in to DMV in person to sign off the documents. And then, as I say earlier, you will need to bring the insurance card and then the scooter registration card. And to do the title transfer, the compulsory insurance is also transferred with the scooter, and it has to be at least 1 month valid. And then you will need to go to do a small inspection for your scooter's headlight, signals, like see if it's working, and also your horn if it's ringing. And to do a transfer, it's about $150. Yeah. And then if your tax hasn't been paid, they will ask you to pay at the time when you do your transfer. Okay, next. So for the insurance, the compulsory insurance comes with your scooter, and usually it costs $660 per year. And for ETF or ETA, or for the scooter owner, we do want you to do a third-party liability insurance, and this is to cover extra amount of passengers or other parties' property and damage if there is an accident happened. And then the other two are optional, and it's the driver injury insurance, and then the additional passenger injury protection. So you can see this table, and then you will be able to know like what is covered or not. So for scooter owners, we do want you to have the first two rows. Okay, next. And as mentioned yesterday in the safety presentation, we hope ETAs to use at least 4 dirt coverage helmet, and it's for your safety, and especially if you are in the city has a lot of rain, and it helps to protect if something happened. And to own a scooter, you do need to maintain it regularly, especially changing oil regularly, and usually it's every 1,000 kilometers. And or there is a light might be showed to remind you. And you renew your insurance, so just make sure you are on the road with insurance, and otherwise you might be fined without insurance. And then for the second-hand scooters, it could be over 5 years. And then for older scooters, you do need to do an environmental inspection every year, and notice will be sent to your address, and you can just bring it to a designated scooter shop, and they will help you with that. And usually it's free for the inspection. Okay, next. And this is to remind you how to report an accident. And you dial 110 for the police to come, and 119 for the EMT or emergency medical assistant, and of course inform your coordinator. And then in the phone call, you provide location, time, license plate, vehicle type, and then condition of the injured and person's name. And do not change any accident thing. And so you should wait till the police to come before you change anything. And the emergency EMT, when they come, they will take the victim to the hospital by ambulance. And both parties will receive an accident registration form from the police report about 30 days after the accident happened. Yeah. Next. So during this time, if you are injured, make sure you keep all the receipts and all the documents, because the insurance claim could be happen later, and ask for any necessary documents such as doctor notes and receipts, and it keep them, and then all this will have to be done after the accident happened, or after you receive your report. And if you are injured, you do have right to file a lawsuit within 6 months. If not, two parties should reach a settlement within the 6 months. I think that's what I want to remind you if something happened. So then, is your case closed? Like, Melody, is your case closed or settled? Dent, is your case settled? So it's all being clear.
I have to get into contact with my past coordinators about that. I know that they helped me file the insurance claim, so I need to ask for an update on if that's gone through yet.
Yeah, actually,
It's a hassle.
yeah, for mine, the people that were also in the accident took responsibility for it, so they like paid everything, and it was all like resolved within a week. So that was really, really nice. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So does anyone have any questions for this part? Yeah, so we hope you all have a good year and scooter safe if you are scootering. Okay. So no questions. Then I think we'll call out for today. And it's good seeing you all. See you all tomorrow. See you all, some of you tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you.